Today I'm going to be ranking Billie Eilish's new album, Hit Me Hard and Soft. This album came out a little while ago, so I'm kind of late, but I still wanted to go ahead and rank this album. This ranking kind of hurt me a lot to do this because I love this album. I love it so much. I love Billie Eilish. I love every song on the album. I don't think any of these songs deserve to be at the bottom of the list, but sadly that's just what comes with a ranking video. So just because I put a song at the bottom of the list does not mean that it's awful, it's trash, it should burn and die. No. All of these songs are a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. And I just wanted to point that out because whenever I do these ranking videos, some people do get a tad bit angry. They're like, why did you put this song so low? Like, no. I love all the songs. I don't hate any of the songs. I love them all. It's just something has to go at the bottom of the list, and it just so happened I picked this song, and I am so sorry if that was your favorite. Yeah, but this album is so good, and personally, coming from a huge Swiftie here, I think this album deserves Album of the Year. As much as I love Taylor Swift and I love her new album, Tortured Poets Department, I think Hit Me Hard and Soft deserves Album of the Year. Like, if Taylor Swift does win, I'm not gonna be like, oh, boo, Billie Eilish deserved that. Like, good for her, that's great. I love Taylor Swift and that's good for her, she deserves it. But if I could pick, I think Billie Eilish deserves that album award thing. What? Album of the Year. But that is my opinion. You can have yours. Okay, let's get into the ranking. There are 10 songs on this album. So coming in at last place, number 10 is Bittersweet. Now, I feel like this is a song that most people could agree that would come at number 10. I looked at other people's rankings and majority of them were just all over the place. Some people had Birds of a Feather at number 1 or Birds of a Feather at number 10. There was someone who had Lunch at number 2 and there was someone who had Lunch at number 8. They were all over the place. There was no like strong overall opinion of what the ranking should be. But one thing I did see come up a lot was Bittersweet. I seen it either in last place or like near the end. There were a few people who had it like at number 1 or number 2, and there were a few people who were saying Bittersweet was their all-time favorite song on the album. And don't get me wrong, Bittersweet is a great song. In my opinion, it's just not as good as some of the other ones. I still love the song and will continue to listen to it. Like, it's not a bad song. It's just comparing it to her other songs on the album, I would say it comes in at number 10. One thing I want to say about this album that I really like is the like transitioning into the next song. Some of them aren't as clean. I don't know, I had like this weird setting set on my phone where like the transitions were like weird, but especially the transition from Skinny to Lunch is so seamless. I did not even notice when I was listening to the album for the first time that we had switched over to the next song. Well, I did figure it out after a little bit because I had already heard a few songs on the album, like Lunch and Birds of a Feather and Blue, I think. But then when I actually sat down and wanted to listen to every single song, I was listening to Skinny, and then all of a sudden it just started playing Lunch, and I was like, whoa, wait, what? I didn't even realize that it had transitioned to the next song because it was so seamless. Another thing I really like about this album is most of the songs, I'm pretty sure, I don't know all of them, but majority of them have like this part 2 where the beginning of the song is, you know, a song, and then when it gets like midway or almost to the end, it like transitions into like this totally different song. I think some people are calling it like part 2 of this song, but I think that's really cool and something that you don't see in a whole lot of songs. Coming in at number 9, we have The Greatest. Along with Bittersweet, I think a lot of people, when I was looking at other people's rankings, a lot of people had this one pretty low or closer to the bottom on their list. Obviously the songs that get more well-known and popular on like TikTok or Instagram or whatever social media platform, those ones tend to be more at the top of everyone's list, but that doesn't mean the other ones that are more underrated are bad. They just don't get the recognition they deserve. And I think that goes for The Greatest. I feel like if people just took the time to listen to some of the other ones on the album, that they would see that these ones that are more less known are just as good as the ones that are really well known. Duh. Coming in at number 8, we have Wildflower. You probably might have heard bits of this on TikTok. I originally had this one at like, I think number 5, but as I was like staring at the ranking for a bit longer, I was like, do I want it there? Do I like the song more? Like, I'm just not very confident with my final ranking. I feel like tomorrow this ranking could be completely different. And I feel so sad saying that Wildflower came in at number 8 because I really, really, really love this song. But it just so happens that it comes in at number 8. Coming in at number 7, we have The Diner. I just love the way this one sounds. It's so different. It's not very often you hear songs that sound like this one. Like the beginning, it kind of sounds like a Melanie Martinez song. I don't know. It's like got that like circus vibe thing going, and I really like that. I saw a comment somewhere on YouTube, I don't remember where exactly, but basically what it said was, the fact that The Diner isn't getting the recognition it deserves just goes to show that we have failed as a society. And I agree. Although The Diner is pretty low in my ranking, again, does not mean it's bad. And I really, really wish I could put it higher, but I just can't. I mean, technically that's good because I feel so bad putting any of these songs low on the list because none of these songs are bad, which means that this is a really good album, which also means you should go listen to this album if you haven't already. Coming in at number 6, we have Chihiro. I don't know how to say it. I think it's Chihiro. If I'm saying it wrong, I'm sorry. I was never good at English or speaking or spelling or anything. But I love the way that this one transitions into Birds of a Feather. At the very end, it goes like, and then it just transitions into Birds of a Feather just so perfectly. That is something I love about this album, is the way that the songs transition into each other. That's just what makes this album so good. Like, it's such a simple thing, but it makes the album so much better. Because when you're listening through the album for the first time, it's something you pick up on, and it's just like, whoa, that's so cool. It's the little things that are so cool. But overall, yeah, I really like this song. Actually, when I was ranking it, it was like at number 2 or number 3 for the longest time, and then I had to knock it all the way down to number 6, and I feel so bad, but I keep repeating myself. I'm doing it again. Coming in at number 5, we have Skinny. Now, like I said earlier, I was going through other people's rankings, and for the majority, they were all pretty random. No one was really on the same page, except for a few things. Like I said, I think Bittersweet and also Skinny. A lot of people had Skinny near the bottom, and I don't know if it's just me, but I really like Skinny. It's so sad, and it's just, it makes me cry, and I'm being dramatic. But yeah, I really like Skinny. Is that just me, or does everyone else not really like it? A lot of people had Skinny at like number 10 or number 9, and I was like, what? No. Obviously, it's not a big deal. If that's their opinion, and I have mine. I was just so shocked to see that so many people had agreed that Skinny was one of the weaker ones on the album. Coming in at number 4, we have Blue. This is one of the more popular ones on the album, so you've probably already heard it if you haven't actually listened to the whole album. I really like Blue. I really like the second half of the song where it like gets really slow and more laid back. But what I really like is at the very, very end, since this is the very last song on the album, it says, "But when can I hear the next one?" So maybe that's a hint that another album is coming soon. I don't know, maybe not. Like, I love it when artists do things like that, like throwing little like thing. I don't know what they're called, but do you know what I mean? Anyway. Coming in at number 3, we have Birds of a Feather. You've definitely heard this one somewhere on the internet, even if you haven't listened to the whole entire album. I think this is the most popular Billie Eilish song at the moment and the most popular on the album. I looked at her profile and it was number 1. And for a good reason. It is so good. As soon as it comes on, I hear that. As soon as it comes on, I hear that little like intro music thing. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's so good. Coming in at number 2, we have L'amour de ma vie. Am I saying it right? But I love this song. I wish I could put it at number 1, but I feel like The song I have at number 1 just needs to be at number 1, like it just needs to be. But this song is so good. The amount of times I have just sang this, like I can't stop singing it. It's stuck in my head forever. Personally, I don't really like the second part to the song. I feel like it's not really as good, but the first part is just good enough for the both of it. Like I love the first part so much. Like the part that goes, and you moved on immediately, bum bum bum. I can't stop doing that. I can't stop saying bum bum bum. Like I just go around the house, bum bum bum. Walk into the living room, bum bum bum. Go into the bathroom, bum bum bum. Going to bed, bum bum bum. Like I just can't. Oh my gosh, this song like deserves some award or something, because like I just love it so much. It's so good. If you don't like it, that's fine. I totally understand. Actually, I don't really understand, but that's okay. I love it enough for the both of us. And finally, coming in at number 1, if you've been keeping track, you would know that number 1 is Lunch. And do I need to even explain why this is number 1? If you are a lesbian or gay or bi or whatever, this you would know why this is number 1. But not even like the lyrics and everything. Like I think the song itself just sounds so cool and I love it. And like I seen a TikTok somewhere or something that was like, is Lunch trending or are you just a lesbian? But yeah, that is my ranking of Hit Me Hard and Soft. I love this album. I'm getting really cringy right now. I love this album. It's really good, and I honestly think it deserves Album of the Year. If it doesn't, that's fine. But how could you pass on this album? Like, come on. Like, okay, is there anyone who doesn't like the album, or at least one song on the album? Like, please, I would like to know who you are because I'm coming for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know, what am I doing? Wait, can I do like the heart thing? Does like the, you know, like on FaceTime? No? Okay, never mind. Let me know what album, artist, show, thing, song that I should rank next. Yeah.